Hey, good morning. It's Mike Zschunke with Berkshire Hathaway Homes and Ship-Owned Properties in Scottsdale, Arizona. Chilly Scottsdale. I think it's 40-some degrees this morning on our run. So let me finish this up. Okay, let's see. We talk about residential, commercial. We're going to talk about the economy, big jobs number this morning, and mortgage rates, interest rates in general, actually. First off, we'll talk about inventory. In the multiple listing service, there's 12,175 single-family detached homes. That's down 71 from last week. Why single-family detached home? Because that's more stable, especially around here with a lot of second homes and things in the condos. I feel that single-family detached gives us more of a stable look on who's moving in and out of the area. In Maricopa County, there's 8,968 single-family detached homes for sale. That's up 14. And in Scottsdale, we're up 10 from last week, 1,071. Funny, we're working with, actually got a house under contract for some clients yesterday. We worked on it all week. You know, it's funny, $800,000 price, $750,000 price range. On New Year's Eve, we were negotiating, and everybody walked away. We were $4,000 apart. Thankful to my clients for trusting me. Let's sit on it. Let's sit still. They'll come back. The house wasn't worth what they were asking. Almost met in the middle, but got a call yesterday. They're ready to make a deal. So we made it happen. So that's always fun. I truly appreciate the trust that the clients have in me, and got it done. It's always nice. So let's see. Prices relatively flat. Price data tells us where we've been. So if you're looking at like the headlines and things that's coming out, that's where we've been. Those are houses that are closed that went under contract 4 to 6 weeks ago. Year over year, prices are up about 7%, but pretty flat right now, leveling off. You know, we're going to see the headlines in the Case-Shiller index, which everybody likes to follow in about 2 to 3 months. They're going to say, oh, prices are up. Well, that's like now. We look at the live data. So interesting. According to the Cromford report, Tina Tambor, Michael Orr, they do a really good job with the local Phoenix market. We're in a pretty balanced market overall. Heading in, I've had a crazy week. Buyers looking, investors, commercial, residential, everybody's ready to buy. Maybe this little dip in interest rates got some people thinking, or maybe they just realized that, you can't really time the market like we always say. But if you want to time the market, which you can't, you want to buy at the bottom, like at the dip, when it's balanced and it's just starting to turn up into a seller's market. Well, with all the traffic coming into town in Scottsdale, especially in the Phoenix area, the next few months, it's going to get into a seller's market. So right now it's pretty balanced, but demand is really, it's starting to make that turn. So, of course, people say you're in real estate. You're always going to say it's a good time to buy. Well, yeah, if it's a good time for you to buy, it's a good time to buy. If it's a good time for you to sell, it's a good time to sell. Every deal is different. You can't time the market. If you want to time the market, go play black. You're better off going to play blackjack. So, anyway, Chandler, still hot. Chandler's the #1 hottest market in the valley. There's a lot of big companies moving down there, that Mesa, Chandler, Gilbert area. Surprising. Got my new Black Rifle. Thank you to my daughters. My new Black Rifle coffee cup. Apache Junction and Tolleson. Pretty hot markets. Kind of on the outskirts. Toleson's out west. Apache Junction's out east. Apache Junction's beautiful. Used to be farms and trailers and kind of that, I don't know. I don't know, kind of just out there. It was pretty far out there, but they're building some pretty nice places. It's beautiful out the Superstition Mountains. If you haven't had a chance to get out there, go check it out. It's beautiful. A great place. Lost Dutchman Gold Mine. Beautiful place to go get lost and hike around. But yeah, the outlying areas are hot. They're close to the highway. They're close enough to the airport. They're close to the new employment centers that are kind of surrounding the Phoenix area. And, they're also close to the open space out there for those that like to get up in the mountains. So, it's all about location. And that's actually this house that we got under contract yesterday Interesting. We're probably, I think we're getting it for a good price, but that area is, because of the location, it's on Bell and, I don't know, Bell and 44th Street. That area is pretty hot, and it's just a central location. So, like I said, my clients, they want to be in for 2 to 3 years. They want to do a little bit of remodeling, and they just don't want to lose money. They don't want to be underwater, and I'm pretty comfortable that they'll be all right in a couple of years at the price we're buying it at. We're getting a pretty good deal, but we beat them up pretty good. But anyway, that'll be fun. Let's see, commercial. Commercial is interesting. Commercial is financed with short-term loans. Residential, 30-year fixed. You're in your 2 to 3, 4% mortgage. You're not selling. Commercial, it's financed with private money, 5 to 10-year loans. A lot of that's coming due. They're going to need to refinance. Now, remember, in commercial, there's different assets. You've got industrial, you've got office space, you've got retail centers, hotels, multifamily. Actually, we're looking for a multifamily now. 150 units are up. 150 units or more, multifamily. We've got some big money that's looking for some of those. Looking for land in North Scottsdale, Cave Creek area too. I need 5 acres if you've got that. So commercial is interesting. We're still kind of riding the wave on that big project we're working on there, or we closed last week, thankfully. A lot of people didn't close with their title company, but we got it pushed through, pulled some strings. And like I said, pick up the phone and make it happen. This world is too much into texting and emailing. Pick up the phone, have a conversation, and let's make things happen. You can't beat a one-to-one conversation, even face-to-face if you can do it. It's the best way to do business. So actually, Phoenix Industrial delivered almost 30 million square feet of property in 2023. That's huge. So there's a lot of companies moving here. They're getting $1.06 rent on a 500,000 square foot industrial property. It's pretty crazy. So depends. There's different asset classes. You'll hear the headlines. But read into the details. So I had a big jobs number this morning. For anybody that's making a case that rates are going to drop and the Fed's going to cut rates, there's exactly the same number of people that say rates are going to rise. Nobody can time the market. If you listen intently to the Fed, they say, yeah, we want to cut rates, but we're not going to yet until. The market isn't paying attention. The market here is cut rates, cut rates, cut rates. Well, I find it funny. People who say that rates are going to drop this year never provide a reason. People who say rates are going to go up this year provide a reason. Actually, Rick Santelli and Steve Leisman were just saying that, confirming that it's a U.S. Treasury policy problem is causing the inflation. There's too much spending out there. There's too much M1 money. That's the cash, the money supply. There's too much money out there. I think, what did I see? Manhattan real estate, 67% cash purchases in Manhattan real estate last quarter. That's insane, especially the price of Manhattan real estate. But yeah, there's a lot of cash out there. You can't time the market. So the jobs report, it was pretty hot. It showed, this market's rolling along. But remember, we are in an election year. You can't really trust this economic data that's coming out. They read deeper into the jobs report this morning. They had 2 revisions on the past 2 jobs reports, some pretty significant revisions. So the market sees the data, they see the announcements, they trade on it, and then you never hear about the revision, that those trades have already been made. So, kind of focus. Everybody says, where's the market going to do? I think it's going to be a great year. I think we've got a lot of buyers. People are becoming comfortable with 6% mortgages. I think I'm not I don't think mortgage rates are going to drop as much as people think. I think there's just too much cash out there right now. There's a lot of private money. I've got investors just sitting, waiting to pick up some commercial properties. So if you got any out there, give me a call because I've got a buyer. Residential too. It's hot, you know. And I'm finding sometimes I'm wrong. Don't tell my wife that, but sometimes I'm wrong. I always was kind of in thought, you know, don't fix up your house to sell to somebody else. You know, if you're going to fix up your house to live in, that's awesome. But I was kind of in the mindset, you know, just adjust the price down. There's always a buyer for it. But lately, I'm really seeing some prices, right behind us, $1.7 million for a 3,000 square foot 4-bedroom house. I don't know how they got that number. I called the agent and she didn't know how they got that number either. It's pretty optimistic, but they did a really nice remodel, all brand new inside. They did it really nice and they got that number. You know, people are coming with cash from California, Washington, Oregon, and you know, they're paying big money, sight unseen. So, you know, and looking around the $750,000, $800,000 range this past couple weeks, actually we did have another house under contract, fell out under the inspection. It was almost as if the front of the house was falling off. Beautiful house, looked great. Our inspector, John Taylor at Swar Inspections, awesome. If you want somebody to find a problem, John, he's an ex-cop from Virginia. He's awesome. Pulled up a corner of the carpet. There was a 3-inch gap in the foundation. The front of the house falling off. So we canceled that contract. Luckily, we found this other one. But it almost feels like you're just picking through garbage. There's nothing on the market, you know. There are a lot of price adjustments I'm seeing this week. People who have been on the market for a long time are finally understanding, you know, it's time to sell. It's not, and for agents, it's not like it was during the frenzy of, you know, May of 2022. You got to pick up the phone and make some calls. You can't just list it on Zillow and expect a flurry of buyers to come give you over asking price. We got to work a little harder these days. So that's why we still stay with Berkshire Hathaway. We've got the network, we've got the name. You know, I can pick up the phone and say, hey, what do you got? What do you got? And I'm still seeing a lot of properties exchange hands off market. So we've got working on a new project. You know, we don't do a lot of volume. I'll 100% be honest with you. We don't do a lot of volume. We work with a few residential people at a time, actively looking, buying or selling. And then we like to have 1 or 2 big projects that we're working on. We've got a fun one now, learning a lot about power lines. Did you know that the city of Scottsdale has a federal power line going through it? It's got a lot more restrictions than state restricted power lines. And you can't put a roofed building underneath the power line. So learning a lot about that. And that's what I do. You know, let's see what we need to do to get you where you need to be. And, you know, we dig in and I guarantee nobody's going to do their homework more than us. So, you know, super excited. Excited to watch Ammo AZ grow their gun range and in that property. Can't wait to see it finished. 53rd Avenue in Bell. 27,000 square foot retail gun store. It's pretty big. I don't know what the biggest is, but super excited for them. And actually, we found some extra, the seller didn't disclose. There's a couple other income-producing items there, sign leases and things like that. So actually, if you're looking for a retail, I think it's 3,000 square foot. I think they have 2 units available for lease. So give me a call and I'll put you in touch with them. Anyway, we've got a busy day. We've got to wrap up that. We've got a couple residential things and got to look at some property up in Cave Creek, so some land. So give us a call. We're here to help. Anything we can do. You know, like I said, we do things a little different. We're a little bit more personalized service. So give us a call, 203-733-5877. Happy to help. If you have a question, you need to work through a difficult deal. If you're an agent and have a question, give us a call. We're here to help. So thanks again for watching. Much appreciated. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.